Hello everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampinCrew.com and I'm here with another How'd They Make That video. What I'm doing is making samples out of the 2017-18 annual catalog to show you guys how to make them, what different techniques they use, if they had folds, and then you can find measurements and a complete supply list on my blog and the link on the video. So I started with the coffee break suite. And today I'm making this cute little wrapper and tag for this coffee cup right here. Okay, let's get started. Here's my first sample. I'm going to give you a little tip on my wrapper on this one is a little smaller than on the sample in the catalog. So when I show this, I'm going to show you how to make it a little bit wider. All right, so today we are just using our stamp set. We're using 2 stamps. We're using this Happiness is a Cup of Coffee, Share with a Friend, and we're using our little coffee bean stamps. All right, we're not using the dies out of the set for this project. We're using the Sweet and Sassy Framelits dies, which is this collection of hearts. All right, so I'm going to start with my wrapper, and what I used is I bought these white coffee cups at Walmart. Mine has a black lid, but these coffee cups come with these wrappers. Oh, they come right here. So the wrappers come with it. So all I did, the easiest way, I just took that off. I took it apart, and then I took a piece of Early Espresso cardstock and I traced it on here. I don't know if you can see, I have my pencil lines. So when I did my original sample, I cut it out right on my pencil lines. But I want to make it a little bit wider this time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the edges off right at the pencil lines because I don't need it any longer. All right, what I'm going to do is just do like 1/8, maybe 1/8. I'm just doing it a little bit wider than the line. So maybe 1/8 on either side. Flip it around. Do this one about 1/8 of an inch wider, and that will hopefully make it, well, it's not perfect, make it similar to what they have in the catalog. No. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my cup. And I'm going to use a little tear and tape adhesive. I'm going to put that on either end. That's all I need is a piece on either end. Now if you want it to slide off, then you can just put tape on one end and don't attach it to the cup. But I don't want it sliding off. I'm going to fill this with little coffee treats and give it to a friend. All right, so I'm going to put my seam in the back because I don't want that to show. And we'll have some overlap. So I'm just going to stick one in there and bring this around and overlap. That was super easy. It didn't require any crazy measurements or figuring it out. You just use what you have. All right, I'm going to put my lid on. I'm putting my hole right in the front there. Okay, now we're going to make we've got this little blue banner that kind of goes behind it. So I have cut this, it's 1.5 inches by 5 inches. And I'm going to use my banner triple punch. And I'm going to just flag the ends of, whoops, didn't go all the way in. Flag the ends of this one. And I'm going to just use a little bit of snail adhesive, but right in the middle. I'm not going all the way to the edges because I just want it to stick, but I want it to, kind of flare out a little bit. All right, we're going to set that aside. We're going to work on our tag, and I've already pre-cut my heart, and this is the one out of that set that measures, it's about 2¼ tall by 2½ wide. So that's the heart die that I used. And we are going to stamp using our words, and then we're using Early Espresso and Old Olive markers. And use the brush tip, but you want to make sure to color with the edge of the marker. So I'm going to do Happiness Is, a cup of coffee. And I know my downline and my other ladies know that I enjoy coffee. But I'm just going to do happiness is a cup of an Old Olive. Make sure that's all nice and colored in. Then I'm going to use espresso to do coffee. Okay, sorry about that. I ran out of juice. I had to plug my charger in. Okay, so I'm finishing up coloring my words. I'm going to stamp that on my heart. I'm going to give it a huff though. We call that Darth Vadering it. Alright, nice. Then I'm going to use my coffee beans. I'm going to stamp a couple little coffee beans right here. And I'm going to use crumb cake ink for that. What I did with my crumb cake. Now sometimes crumb cake can be a little bit dark. That's not too bad. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp 3 little coffee beans right there. And that's all I need. Okay. Now, our next step is you'll see the little leaves that are behind there, and this is cut out of that garden green piece of paper that has the little coffee plants on it. So I just cut out a bunch of little random leaves. It doesn't have to be any specific leaves, just whatever you want to use. The easiest way to stick these on is I'm just going to put a little snail behind that. And I'm just going to stick that one going here. That's got a lot of leaves on it, so I think that's good enough for that side. And then I'm going to put some up on this side. And I'm going to put the smaller ones on first. I'll stick maybe that tall one coming out there. A little more snail. This is not an exact science, just kind of showing you how they did it. So you can get an idea, and I've got one more. We'll go ahead and stick that up there. I have lots of nice little leaves coming out. That one doesn't look real stable. I'm just going to add a little more tape to the back of that to help it. Oh, nice. Okay. So we are going to pop this up. I'm just stick a dimensional in each corner, and then I'm going to put one down here. And this is going to pop up on our tag, and then I'm going to show you how to add the ribbon. So this goes right on top of our cup. That looks like a pretty good size. I probably could have cut a little bit bigger, but that's okay. All right, so next we're going to make our bow. All right, for the bow, we're going to need a piece of this Classic Weave crumb cake ribbon, and I just used about 12 inches, and then 2 lengths of the linen thread, and these are about 17 inches each. Make sure I get all the kinks out of my ribbon, my thread, before we get going. So I'm going to take these 2, lay them out, and then for the ribbon, just fold it in half, and then fold it like this so it looks like one of those little ribbons you pin on. I'm going to lay that here, and then I'm going to you can kind of finagle these 2 after you tie them. So I'm going to tie it in a bow. Alright, then you can kind of pull the ends to make the bow smaller or bigger as you want it. I'm going to pull this out a little bit. All right. And then I'm just going to use a glue dot to attach this. Oh, I've got on there. All right, take my cup. This is gonna go right here. Now, and even on the sample, you can see that the ends are a little bit longer than the cup and kind of hang down. I don't really think I need that. If it's as long as the cup, then I think that's probably good. We'll cut a little bit off of those too. And then you can spread those out if you want, make them a little bit more messy, and there you go. That's how you make it. If you would like to watch more of these videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.